Kahit papano, may mga congressman pa rin dyan sa Kamara na kakampi ni BP Sara. Si Congressman Ungab at Congressman Marcoleta, magaling din yan ha. Naku, mukhang nasupalpal dito sa De Lima. Si Sandro Marcos, ano? Kaya pa? O ito, yung video.
Majority Leader.
Not to decrease further the budget of the Office of the Vice President. Sobra na ang laki ng ibinaba ng budget ng opisina ng Office of the Vice President. Despite the drastic reductions for
Madam Speaker,
Majority Leader.
may we request that the Honorable Ungab stick to the motion to appeal the ruling of the sponsor rather than have an explanation.
Yes, Madam Speaker. The budget of the OVP has been deducted 2 times already in 2024 and 2025, and another reduction in 2026 with really, I would say, cripple the office. Only 2/3 of the original budget has been left. So I move to, I would like to appeal the decision of the Chair. Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, there being an appeal, Madam Speaker, there is an appeal to the ruling of the Chair to reject the proposed amendment. I now move to divide the House. Fourth of the body, an aye vote sustains the appeal and the nay vote defeats it. The majority kindly solicits a nay vote.
All those in favor to the appeal say aye. Aye. All those against say nay. Nay. The nays have it. The appeal is lost. Majority Leader.
Is Paulo Marcoleta of Sagip Party List for his individual amendments.
The Honorable Paulo Henry Marcoleta from Sagip Party List is recognized for his individual amendment.
Madam Speaker, before I begin with my amendment, let me just manifest na lahat po ng aming proposed amendments
Please
ng
proceed to
minority
your amendment.
ay nireject po.
Honorable Marcoleta, please proceed to your amendment.
At ang Vice President na budget lang po ang inapprove ng plenaryo.
What's your amendment,
Yun
Honorable
lang
Marcoleta?
naman po. Anyway, Madam Speaker, this representation manifests a reduction to the funding items listed under the Presidential Communications Office, specifically under Item 2, lines 9 to 13, page 17 of House Bill number 4058, allocating the amount of 1,400,150,000 to the PCO for the hosting of the ASEAN Summit and meetings in 2026. As I pointed out previously and repeatedly, it is my position that this funding is redundant, unnecessary, excessive, and a potential avenue for misuse or corruption. Meron na pong 10.7 billion na nakalodge sa Office of the President para sa ASEAN Summit. At a total of 17.450 billion for this ASEAN chairship. Yung pong 1.4 billion para sa PCO ay isang kalabisan. Kaya gusto ko po ay ilipat ito sa mga ahensya na mas karapat dapat makatanggap. Madam Speaker, may I proceed with the line proposed line
Please
amendments?
proceed.
Madam Speaker, I have the following proposed amendments to the General Appropriations Bill. For PCO proper, appropriation for ASEAN Summit and meetings in 2026, line 9, page 17, item 2, Office of the President, delete 553 billion 703 million. I'm sorry, 553,703,000.
What's the pleasure for sponsoring chair?
Actually, I have several
Please
lines.
proceed then.
Shall I recite
Honorable
them line by
Marcoleta,
line?
please continue. Please complete your amendment,
Okay.
Honorable Marcoleta.
For PCO BCS, appropriation for ASEAN Summit and meetings in 2026, located in line 10, page 17, item 2, delete 17,673,000. For PCO NIB, appropriation for ASEAN Summit and meetings 2026, line 11, page 17, item 2, delete 284,000. For PCO Philippine Information Agency, appropriation for ASEAN Summit and meetings in 2026, line 12, page 17, item 2, delete 20,617,000. For PCO, PBS, RTVM, appropriation for ASEAN Summit and meetings in 2026, line 13, page 17, item 2, delete 807,873,000, and correspondingly add this corresponding sum of 900 million to DepEd OSEC for build or repair of classrooms, and add 450,150,000 to NIA irrigation systems, and add 50 million to DICT, CICC for intelligence funds. That's all for PCO.
What's the pleasure of our sponsoring chair?
Madam Speaker, before I respond to the amendment, I would just like to manifest a response of the committee with regard to the first statement of the Honorable Marcoleta. All the proposals with regard to amendments that were submitted by the majority, the minority, and the independents were all deliberated on during the committee hearings as well as the plenary deliberations. And a lot of the proposed amendments from the members of the House were incorporated into the second reading version of the General Appropriations Bill. So siguro po, Madam Speaker, I would just like to respond to that na hindi po totoo na dinideject po natin lahat po ng mga panukalang amyenda. Dahil marami po sa mga panukalang amyenda ay nakapaloob na po doon po sa second reading version ng General Appropriations Bill. So I just wanted to manifest that, Madam Speaker, para naman po malinawan po ang lahat na talaga pong collegial po yung ating body, and we are really harnessing on the collective wisdom of the House in crafting the final version of the General Appropriations Bill. And with that, Madam Speaker, I would like to respond to the proposed amendment of the Honorable Marcoleta pertaining to the budget of the PCO. The agencies that he mentioned po nalilipatan, we've already put in a lot, particularly around the basic infrastructure, basic enhancement, the BEF under DepEd and NIA. Ang laki na po ng pinasok natin doon. 39 billion towards the build-out, 35 billion towards building classrooms, and around 18 billion towards the build-out of irrigation canals under NIA. And with that, Madam Speaker, the committee respectfully rejects the proposed amendment of the Honorable Marcoleta.
What does the House say?
Madam Speaker, we join the sponsor in rejecting the said amendment.
There's a motion to reject the proposed amendment. Is there any objection?
Madam Speaker, I would like to register a continuing objection.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, there's a motion to reject the proposed amendments which were objected to by the Honorable Marcoleta. I now move to divide the House. For the information of the body, an aye vote sustains the motion to reject the amendment and a nay vote defeats it. The majority solicits an aye vote.
There's a motion to reject the proposed amendments which were objected to by the Honorable Marcoleta. All those in favor to reject the proposed amendments say aye.
Aye!
All those against the motion say nay.
Nay!
The ayes have it. The amendment is lost. The amendments are lost.
My second proposed amendment.
Yes, please proceed.
This is towards the rebalancing within the DILG. The PNP takes 73.2% or 210.1 billion of DILG's total budget, and locally funded projects are concentrated in the PNP, overlooking fire safety and jail capacity improvement. Locally funded projects concentrated in the PNP are mainly equipment purchases, like new vehicle purchases that overlap with past unutilized procurements. Fire protection, jail decongestion, and local governance training are underfunded by comparison to the PNP. It is recommended that there be a reprogram for 2% or 4.2 billion of the PNP's 210.149B budget into 2.5B to BFP and 1.7 to BJMP for fire suppression assets and jail infrastructure upgrades. The 4.2 billion can come from locally funded and non-mission critical lines, administrative and duplicative allocations. These amendments are geared towards staying realistic about the tight national fiscal space and rebalancing the ILG's 2026 spending in the direction of outcomes such as fewer fire deaths, jail decongestion, safer jails, more capable LGUs, and enhanced disaster resilience. These seek to trim excess and underperforming allocations and strengthen fire safety and jail management, which are areas where risks are worsening. Madam Speaker, may I proceed with the proposed per-line amendments?
Yes, please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. For PNP Personal Services, Administration of Personal Benefits Central Office, found under line 23, page 1185, item 17 of the DILG, reduce 1 million. For construction of new building of the PNP National Headquarters, Phase 2, line 47, page 1196, item 17 of the DILG, reduce 1.2 billion. For PNP One Network, found on line 53, page 1196, item 17 of the DILG, reduce 700 million. For PNP drug-related data integration and generation system, found on page 1196, item 17, DILG, remove 300 million. For Camp General Rafael Crame Safe Camp Security System, found on line 37, page 1196, item 17, reduce 250 million. And for procurement of motor vehicles, found under line 13, page 1187, item 17 of the DILG, reduce 500 million. And under the title strengthening of the PNP anti-cybercrime capability, lines 15, page 1197, item 17, reduce 250 million. And accordingly, add 2.5 billion to Bureau of Fire Protection, Fire and Emergency, and add 1.7 billion respectively to BJMP, Inmates Safekeeping and Development Program, capital outlays, buildings and other structures for modular dorms, perimeter CCTVs, and clinic upgrades.
What does the sponsor say?
Madam Speaker, the committee respectfully rejects the proposed amendment of the Honorable Marcoleta.
What does the House say?
Madam Speaker, we join the sponsor in rejecting the said amendment.
Diyan sa kamara, kitang-kita naman ang galawan ng mga buhaya. Puro na lang kayo BP Sara. Hindi nyo ba alam, pag hinigpitan nyo o bawasan ba yung budget ni BP Sara kung saan nagtatrabaho naman siya, may mga taong nakikinabang dyan. Yung mga natutulungan ng Office of the Vice President, sila yung magagalit sa inyo, hindi si BP Sara. O eto sabi ni Roger Querenado, hindi na nga nakatulong, gusto pang pahirapan yung taong matutulungan ni BP. Yun po talaga ang maapektuhan dyan. Sabi ni Rostom Vitor, hindi si BP Sara ang pinahirapan ninyo, kundi ang mga direct beneficiaries from OVP. Sabi ni Eileen with 4 babies, bigay nyo sa Vice President na gagamit sa calamity truck ang bigas. Binigay, yung BBM ibibenta 20 per kilo bigas. Ayun po yan sa mga nakikita o nabalitaan. Pero inaasahan naman natin yan na talagang hindi sila hihinto dito kay BP Sara Duterte. Palapit na yung 2028. Kasi wala siyang pwedeng maging katapat sa pagiging Pangulo. Sino ba? Wala. Kaya kung mapigilan nila itong si BP Sara na tumakbong Pangulo, maganda yung laban. May pag-asa yung mga dilawan, may pag-asa yung mga kikimping, mga pinkina, may pag-asa sila. Pero pag si BP Sara, pag tumakbo, ay sino yung magiging katapat dyan? Wala. Saan po natin yan? Papahirapan talaga nila si BP Sara. Pero, wag ka. Mukhang dumadami yung kakampi niya dyan sa kamara. Naglakas loob na yung iba ha. Wala na si Tampa. Hanggang dito na lang. Thank you. Bye-bye.